Tammy is going to demonstrate how to remove the front cover from a 25-foot Premier pontoon boat. The cover originally was just a playpen cover for the front. There's been some augmentations done by the customer. He requested a couple of things that literally could not be done, but we came to this, and we hope that it works well for him. Obviously the first thing to do is to unsnap. Now, if you were putting the cover on, it would be this process exactly in reverse. Very, very important to be sure that the poles that she just took out stay in the same position each time. If you have your pole lower, it is not going to do what it is designed to do, which is to help watershed, to tint up the cover. So she is unsnapping, just like the reverse again of what she would do. Also, if you notice, she's rolling it as she goes forward. That way, when she gets ready to put back on, she keeps it in that same position and unrolls it as she comes back. It's really easy. Man, I don't even know how long it's going to take her to do it, but putting it on, it'll be about the same time. I think she's about, I don't know, we're not trying for time. I think she's about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes into it right now. This cover is made from the old material as well as new material to save costs for the customer. We don't mind doing that as long as the customer doesn't mind that it's the old material as well. Now on the top, there are common sense snaps that are attached to the top of his clear vinyl enclosure. It used to be called isinglass. I still sticks in my head. That is attached with a twist common sense snap to the top of that enclosure. Alright, now that's all done, and I'll go up on the boat with her and she can show us how to remove and put up the enclosure. Okay, as you can see, it's raining. We unfortunately have got to press on. Rain, sleet, snow, or shine, got to move forward. It's kind of bad, but it is what it is. She's undoing the front door, which is attached by bungee and clip. The old system was a bit problematic, but this is all solved by what she's done now. I'm inside the boat. The old zippers were very, very difficult to work with. These are actually very, very easy. She positioned them in a way that makes it a lot easier. I'll also say the old enclosure was quite good. It was done by another company. Not a problem with it that I saw. I thought it was a pretty darn good system, but there were a lot of things that that the customer came to us about that he this has been about 3 years ago that he wanted to change, and we redid it this time because it was damaged in a storm. This is an important note on this starboard side. It's much easier to put this curtain on from the other side of the helm. Taking it off is probably just as easy either side. Again, notice it's pouring down rain right now. I don't know if the video shows it, but there are no leaks anywhere that I can see, and it has been pouring down for quite some time. There's no pooling at all in the bimini that I can see anywhere at all. Now, I'll just keep talking while she's working. A lot of people, and we can't convince them otherwise, and quite frankly, we've just stopped trying, trailer their enclosure up. Without a doubt, it will ruin your enclosure. It causes things to stretch and contort and not fit well, causes things to pool, causes things to rip. So we strongly recommend that you not trailer your enclosure. Three-sided curtains on a center console are fine. They're built for speed, and we make them for speed. This is way too much material to be going down the highway. This pontoon boat probably runs about 25 miles an hour. That's all this Enclosure should ever run. Also, another thing about Enclosures, super important to know, carbon monoxide can be an issue. Every boat that has an enclosure or a cabin should have a CO2 alarm in it. If it doesn't, that's a little bit of a risk. What absolutely positively must happen is ventilation while that engine is running. This is all ventilated. Almost every window in this Enclosure has a zip out so that you can ventilate thoroughly. In fact, it almost opens completely up. I'm going to take a little break while she jumps up. No, I'll keep going. You want to just keep going? You're getting tired?
No,
okay. Keep on rolling. That's one of the zip out windows that she's talking about. Now this Enclosure, the customer requested a shade curtain on the outside of the glass enclosure. It was very difficult because he wanted a zipper on there. We tried a zipper, and neither Tammy nor I had the ability physically to install or remove that enclosure. We came up with this design. Requires you to open up those back windows a little bit. If we weren't taking the whole thing down, she would just do what she's doing and then put the enclosure up. It's got Velcro on the bottom, common sense twists on the top. It goes up just as easy as she just got it down, as long as you do the steps that she's doing, of course, in this case in reverse, because she's taking it all down. Very, very, very important that you never take your glass down and store it when it's wet or salty. Also, chemicals. These clear vinyl enclosures, ours on our boat lasted 8 years. But the minute you put some harsh chemical on an enclosure with the clear vinyl, it's pretty much over. Also, they're fairly susceptible to bug spray. They're susceptible to, just really, really be cautious. If you've gotten an enclosure from us, then you've gotten a clean and care packet that goes along with it. And we strongly recommend that you go by the letter with that clean and care packet. You're working awful hard. Tammy is the prettiest girl I ever knew. I was fortunate enough to marry the prettiest girl I ever knew, you know. Alright. Now, so far, she is 6 minutes and 5 seconds into it. I actually think it would probably take a little less time to put it up, especially if it weren't storming. But we have to take this down. It is 6 o'clock in the evening. We have to take this down and get her cleaned up for the customer to pick her up in the morning. Alright, that's it. Did I miss anything, Tammy?
Nope.
Okay.